For some reason, I thought filming a video at 20 to 2 in the morning was a really good idea. I am so excited, and I've been filming this for like 10 minutes now, and I can't even form a proper sentence to get out what this is. But I am doing my own tag video, my very own tag that I created, and it's exciting. So for this tag, I've come up with 15 ice cream flavors, and for each ice cream flavor, there's a question that goes along with it that you answer with a book. There's only 2 little tiny rules/guidelines to this tag, and the first one is you are allowed to use a book twice in this tag. You can use it for 2 different questions if you wanted to. The second guideline is that you can use 2 books for 1 answer if you can't decide between the 2. So let's jump right into the tag now. The first flavor of ice cream is the signature flavor of ice cream, and that's vanilla. A book that you can read over and over and still love every time. And for this, I had to choose 2. I had to choose a cliche book, and I had to choose a not so cliche book. So for my cliche book, I chose The Fault in Our Stars because I've read this like 7 times, and I've marked off all my favorite spots, and I love it. I read it all the time. And I cry every time, and I laugh every time, and it's just, I love it. And for my not-so-cliche book, I have A Rose from Melinda by my favorite author, Lurla McDaniel. She is what got me into reading, and I have a bunch of her books, and that one's probably my favorite, and it's so cute, and it's kind of like Tiffios, but not. And the way it's written is really cool because it's like all letters and documents and stuff. It's not written like an actual book is. But it's so cool to read it that way, and it's different and unique, and I love it. The next ice cream flavor is, of course, chocolate, a book that everybody loves and raves about. And for this, I chose To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han because I hear everybody talking about it lately, and I know that everybody has loved it from what they've read, and I'm supposed to be reading it right now, and I would be holding up a copy right here if I had it here, but stupid me, I left it at Tyler's, so I have to wait to get it back. So right now I'm kind of like, I'm not even like 3 pages in, and I've just started reading it, and so I'm hoping to love it just as much as everybody else does, but yeah. Strawberry, a book you hate but other people love. And for this, I chose Paper Towns. I hated it, and I know a lot of people like it, and I know a lot of people love it because it's John Green, but it's one of the ones that I really couldn't like or love, so I hate it. Neapolitan, a book that has the perfect balance of everything in it, and it's kind of cliche, but I had to choose Anna and the French Kiss because how can you not love Anna? I mean, this book is like the epitome of everything you could ever want in a book. There's love and romance, and there's sad parts, and there's French, and you've got a hot main character, and he's so sweet and loving and caring, and then Anna's really like, you can relate to her, and it's just perfect. How can you not love it? Ice Cream Sandwich, which is the second book in a trilogy that is better than the first book or the third book. And for this, I had a hard time deciding because a lot of the time when I read trilogies, I'm always favoring the first book or the third book. But I finally decided on Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, which is the second book in the Hunger Games series. And I chose it because it's the only series that I feel like I love the second book more than the first or the third, and I mean, Catching Fire is my favorite. Popsickle, which is a sticky and sweet book that stays with you, and for this, I chose a book that I don't think many people know of, and it's Never 18 by Megan Bostick, and I found this on Goodreads and then ordered it on Amazon because I couldn't find a place where I could buy it in stores. And basically, he's living his last year, he's dying of cancer, and he wants to go on this road trip with his best friend and talk to people in his life that he feels like he needs to say something to them before he passes on. And everything about this book just sticks with me, and after I finished reading it, I was crying, and I kept thinking about it for days, and it's one that I always actually think about all the time and go back to and relate to it. Butterscotch Ripple, which is a book that has a certain something to it that you don't find in other books. And for this, I had to pick two because I couldn't decide between them. So I picked Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire, and I don't know if many people have read this, but this and its sequel is so good, and it just has that certain something that you don't find in a lot of books. Like, it has family issues, but then it has like gambling, and it has like a hard relationship where they can't really get along, but they still end up falling in love anyways, and I love it. The other book that I chose was Perfect Chemistry by Simone, and I'm not even going to try and butcher her last name because I've tried many times to say it and I can't. So it's Elkeles, and I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But this book, oh man, this book is so good. The main character, Alex, you can't help but love him, and you can't help but like feel how much he loves the main character, Brittany, and it's so good. It's so good. Like, I can't describe how good it is. You just have to read it. Please read it. Please. French Vanilla, a book that has more than one language in it, and this is kind of an obvious choice for me to pick, but it's Anne and the French Kiss because France. The book's based around her being in France and having to learn this whole new culture, this whole new language. And I mean, I could choose Perfect Chemistry too, because that one is like where he's Spanish, so you hear a lot of him and his friends talking in Spanish. But I had to pick this because it's just the go-to book that I could think of for this. Cookies and Cream, a book that surprised you more than you thought it would. And for this, I am choosing the Harry Potter series as a whole. I didn't think it would be something that I would get into as much as I have. I am so surprised by how much I actually like it. But I should have listened to everybody when they said it was good because, oh man, what have I done? Why haven't I read this before? I mean, I was very surprised by Harry Potter. Soft Cone, a smooth and fast read. And for this, I chose two, and they go together, it's odd because 16th Summer by Michelle Dalton comes first, and like it was the first one out, and then 15th Summer by Michelle Dalton came out. But these two together are so cute and so good, and it's like they're summery romances. This one's more of Summer at the Lake, and this one's more of the Little Island. But they're both so good, and they're so cute, and they're perfect summer reads, and they're so easy to read and get through. Like, I got through both of these the day I bought them, so they're so good. Sherbert, a colorful and fun read. And for this, I chose Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson because it is so summery and so cute. And then you have cute little pit stop notices like this, and it's cute and it's fun, and to me it's colorful. I mean, the pictures aren't colored, but that's okay because it's still so cute and so colorful and fun, and it's so cute. Waffle Cone, an expensive treat of a book that was so worth the cost. And for this, I am choosing Goblet of Fire because this book was actually really expensive. I mean, it's one of my more expensive books. Like, I think it was like almost $21, and it was so worth it. This is actually, I think this one or the third one is my favorite so far, and I'm so glad I have a copy of this one, and I want to get a copy of all the other ones, because I only have this one and the second one, and so I'm hoping to get the rest, because Harry Potter, I love you. Regular Cone, a book that you found plain and didn't stand out, and I chose An Abundance of Catherines by Mr. John Green, and I'm sorry that I didn't like this book and that I hated Paper Towns, but I just found this so boring. Like, I got through it, but there wasn't anything really special about it that stood out to me, and I got really bored with it and almost didn't finish it. But I made myself get through it because I wanted to know what happened in the end, and I wasn't all that thrilled with it, so sorry. Ice Cream in a Bowl, a book that didn't live up to your expectations. And for this, I chose Requiem. And lastly, we have Snow Cone, a book that you read at warp speed because it was so good and you were left wanting more. And for this, I chose a book that I've actually never heard of on BookTube that I found by myself, and I'm so glad I did because Jodi Picoult's Between the Lines, she actually wrote it with her daughter, and I seriously love this book. Like, the idea behind it is so awesome and so cool and cute, and like the main character, she's in love with this one book, and it turns out that the character in the book talks back to her, and he's like a real life person, and basically the book is her trying to find a way so that he and her can be together. And then I can't spoil the ending for you, I can't do that, but you should definitely read it because this book is so cute and so fun, and it blows your mind, and it makes me so excited to talk about it. But I seriously, this is one of my favorite books, and you definitely need to read it. This wouldn't be a tag video if I didn't tag some people to do it. So I am tagging Joel from Joel Books, and Dylan from Dylan Books, and Kat from Katie-tastic, and Kat from Little Book Owl, and Ariel from Ariel Bassett, and Jessie from Jessie the Reader, Christine Pulling Bananas Books, Heather from Bookables, and Jasmine from Bookish Dweeb. There. I tag some people. I also tag you, viewers. I tag you and challenge you to do this tag, and then comment down below whether you've done a video to it or not, and I'll go and I'll be sure to watch it and comment it and maybe even subscribe. And yeah, that's it. That's all for this tag. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!